I don't want to scare you, I just want to show you how complex it is. We're now beginning to understand a lot about the genetics of colorectal cancer. This is a double helix, this is DNA, and each gene is actually composed of thousands and thousands of these base pairs to form a single gene. And these are the pathways where colorectal cancers are formed. There are many, many genes involved. Some you may have heard of oncogenes, which is cancer genes, or cancer suppressor genes. They are combinations, they have to be abnormal, mutated, in combination in certain sequence to cause colorectal cancer. And we now know the mechanism, genetic, in the molecular level, what actually happens, what turns genes on and what turns genes off, and how it's mutated. The mechanism, some of these mechanisms have been worked out. It's very complex. And this is a picture of how inflammation and how the bacteria in our colon can have some influence on the formation of colorectal cancer. And to understand why, like lifestyle, diet, how does it affect the production? How does it cause mutations of genes which are in the nucleus? It has to go, as you know, this is outside the cells. These are inside the cell's nucleus. So there are mechanisms for signals from outside the cells that can then influence the nucleus for it to cause mutations or producing more proteins of some kind or another through different pathways called signaling pathways. And we understand a lot of this now. And this is just an example. Now, I come to lifestyle. We know that the lifestyle factors which can increase the risk of colorectal cancer would be red and processed meat, alcohol, smoking, lack of exercise, obesity, diabetes, radiation. I can go through with you a bit later. Lifestyles which can protect against colorectal cancers, which include unprocessed fiber, fruits and vegetables, and a bit of evidence now on garlic, exercise, aspirin, and hormones. It's because women tend to get the colorectal cancer after menopause. And I just want to say something about age. Age is very important. I have a lot of patients who say, oh, doctor, nowadays we get more of this colorectal cancer. In the old days, you know, people don't get that. You know why people don't get that in the old days? After the revolution, the communists took over China in 1949. You know what is the life expectancy? Life expectancy is when a baby is born, you expect to live for how long? That's life expectancy. We have it in parts of the world. WHO then works out. Then you can work out how good your life expectancy is with other things, like infant mortality is a reflection of how good your health care is in your country. In 1949 in China, when a child was born, the life expectancy was 40 years old. Today in China, the life expectancy is 82 years old. Tremendous improvement, tremendous increase, more than double. Now, you don't get colorectal cancer when you are 40. You get colorectal cancer after the age of 50, 60, 70. So if it were me today, I'd rather get colorectal cancer when I'm 80 rather than to die when I was 40. So age is very important. If you die young, you don't get colorectal cancer. Better don't die young. So that is an important thing to bring into consideration. So, diet. Diet is only a part of lifestyle, which is only a part of the overall picture of colorectal cancer. Therefore, it's inconceivable that taking, say, dragon fruit or bird's nest will protect you from colorectal cancer. It's inconceivable. Or eating duck meat can cause colorectal cancer. So the message is, you must look at the overall picture and try to enjoy life. Eat what you like, but balance. Now, the second point I want to make is that there is recently an analysis from the American Association of Cancer Research based in Atlanta, which is a very important paper. They analyze the cancer registries in all around the world, the good cancer registries. And they look at the last 20 years of this cancer rate. We have good figures for 20 years ago, good figures now. And certain countries have dramatic increase of this cancer. Dramatic means over 50% more than it used to be. And this would be the Czech Republic, Slovakia, which is Eastern Europe, after the fall of communism. You have the Miyagi Prefecture, which is north of Tokyo, used to be behind places like Tokyo, Osaka, Kobe, but now they're catching up with development. Shanghai, dramatic increase in Shanghai. And interestingly, Singapore, Malays. The Chinese, there's some increase, but not as dramatic as the Malays in Singapore. When you look at it, these countries do not share the same diet. They don't eat nasi lemak in Miyagi. So very different diet. Yet increase, nevertheless, of incidence of colorectal cancer. And these are in economically transitioning populations. People are getting richer. There are more cars in the road. It's like I never knew that we would get traffic jam in Cochin, but we did. So increase in the income of the population. So it is the quantity of food rather than specific food that is important. So try to bear in mind, we never talk about how much you eat. We always talk about what you eat, what you don't eat. It is very important to know. The third point I want to make is that, this confirmed what we have found. In laboratories experiments, we know, it is well established, from creatures big and small, when you give one group the buffet style, they can eat as much as they want. You just feed. And then one group, same setting, same animals, but you restrict the intake to 70%. The group that you give buffet style, they have more cancers, they age faster, and they die younger. Now, the third point I want to make is that our human metabolism, cell growth, cell death, are in perfect balance. It's called homeostasis. It's imperfect. We know when you have inadequate diet of some kind or another, then you get ill health. But the opposite is not true. When you have excess nutrition, you do not get super health. In fact, you get not so good health. You know James Watson? James Watson was the Nobel laureate who discovered the double helix structure